My final project is going to be about reflecting back on my life when I was younger, learning about the culture of Africa. This research is based on a documentary called The Invisible Children and the War Dance. The first time I thought I really understood the world of Africa was in my 8th grade history and geography class when I saw The Invisible Children, Rough Cut, a documentary about the African children's human rights and the abduction of children in northern Uganda. I viewed Africa negatively because of how children my age are running away from the abduction by the rebels and how cultural values are lost as they transform into rebels. I thought that Africa had a corrupted social and political system where power is held by people with guns. In northern Uganda, children are abducted by the rebels. There are about 30,000 reported abductions, and they're subjected to brutal treatment and forced to become soldiers, laborers, and sexual slaves. These abductions happen in their homes, their schools, communities, and off the streets. The rebels have used these children as weapons against the Ugandan government since 1986. Thousands of children fear for their own safety and travel to the town of Gulu and Lakora Hospital each night for refuge, or they seek a surrounding area like a bus park or church grounds. In the morning, they return back to their homes to meet their families. In the brutal treatment process, they are frequently beaten and forced to carry out raids, burn houses, beat and kill civilians, and abduct other children. Anyone who attempts to escape or falls behind in long marches is killed. Many others have died from mistreatment, disease, and hunger. The girls are turned into domestic servants and sexual slaves, and subjected to rape, unwanted pregnancies, and transmitted diseases such as HIV or AIDS. As the number of abductions and recruitments dramatically increased during early 2002, the Uganda military offensive launched the Uganda People's Defense Force. The children that were recruited by the Ugandan soldiers from the abductions are lured into becoming the local defense units, or home guards, with promises of money, and some are put back into school to erase the memories. Some of the recruited children are placed in Akoli dance schools to improve their cultural rituals and spread them to the new generation. Because of the war, much of the Akoli culture was damaged. Most of the dancers in the group and the generation of young children grew up in the time of war, and as one can imagine, much of the culture was lost for these children. Now, many adults are trying to restore cultural traditions in the youth. A major after-school, and sometimes in-school, extracurricular activity is cultural dance. These are the types of dance that the Akolai people have: Bola, Lara Karaka, and the Ding Ding dance. Bola is a court dance in the king's palace from the Akolai, which live in the north of Uganda. This is a circular dance that is performed by the older men and women, and the circle represents a fence that surrounds the palace court. Many events and conversations take place during this dance, so it may last for many hours. Lara Karaka is a ceremonial dance from the Aklai, who have borders with the Sudan. It is primarily a courtship dance that is performed during weddings. When the young people in a particular village are ready for marriage, they organize a big ceremony where all the potential partners meet. As a sign of friendship, food and alcoholic drinks are served during this ceremony. Only the best dancers will get partners, so there's a lot of competition during the dancing. In Alkali, if you are a poor dancer, you are likely to die as a bachelor. The Ding Ding dance is performed by the young girls of the Alkali, and their movements are meant to imitate birds. The girls dance to attract the young boys, so the dance is usually held on bright days when the sun is out. And here's the Ding Ding dance. I always looked upon Africa negatively until taking the class African Diasporic Dance and Theory. I opened my eyes to see the positive sides of Africa. These kids are more than children of war. They're talented. They're musicians. They are alkali, and the future of the tribe. I had gained interest in African music and dances. I got a better sense of Uganda. Even these kinds of events do happen. But the Ugandans are fighting against the rebels. After learning about how the culture of Africa had spread all over the world, I began to appreciate Africa more and more.